They say time passes quietly, but some mornings, it feels like it shouted while you were sleeping. You touch your face, not searching for beauty, but for memory, noticing how different it feels than just a few years ago. You notice the skin is softer in places, thinner in others. You trace faint lines that weren't there last winter and wonder, was it just time or something else? Because the calendar turns once a year, but our lives change every single day. There's something beautiful about repetition. Warm cup every morning, same path for your walk, the way your plants wait for water at the same time. But there's something dangerous about it too. Habits become invisible, and invisible things are the hardest to notice. The problem is never one moment. It's the small things we repeat quietly, consistently. While life rushes by, a man opening a medicine cabinet, pausing before picking something, we reach a certain age, and we become curators of our own survival. Every choice matters, not just what we eat, but when we sleep, how we move, what we believe about ourselves. And while we focus on the big decisions, it's often the tiny, daily things that shape how we feel, how we look, how we live. You notice the big storms. It's the slow drips that rot the wood. Let's go back, not to relive regrets, but to understand the patterns we never saw. Because the body always remembers. It keeps record in ways we don't see until years later. Every missed glass of water, every rushed meal, every sleepless night, every moment of stress left unresolved. They don't scream, whisper until one day you wake up and those whispers have written stories on your skin. There's something delicate about the way we age. And it's not just about years, it's about how those years were carried. Some people age like silk graceful, smooth, elegant. Others like stone weathered, hardened, rough. And more often than not, it's not about what happened to them, but what they unknowingly did to themselves. Every day seen black and white flashbacks showing a busy life, skipping breakfast, sleeping late, sitting all day. You might remember when life got busy, when meals became quick, sleep became rare, and rest was something you'd get to later. Maybe you worked at jobs. Maybe you raised a family with no time for yourself. Maybe you were caring for someone else and forgot to care for you. These choices, made in love or survival, they leave marks, not just in the heart, but in the body too. Scene, slow motion of someone applying lotion to dry hands, mirror reflection in. Background, the skin is the last to speak, but never lies. It's the reflection of the life you've lived, of the nights you slept or didn't, of the water you drank or skipped, of the joy you embraced or the worry you carried too long. And if we're brave enough to look at it without shame, it tells us everything. Seen elderly couple walking through a park, smiling, vibrant despite age, because here's the truth. You are not just aging, you are evolving. You are still the same soul, still capable of feeling young, still capable of starting over. But evolution requires awareness, and that's where we begin. Not with guilt, with gentle curiosity, with the willingness to ask, what have I done daily, without realizing that shaped who I am now? Seen a young child tracing the lines on an elder's hand, the child doesn't see tea. He wrinkles as ugly. They see them as interesting, mysterious, beautiful, even because they are not broken. They are evidence. But even evidence can change meaning when the story behind it changes. Seen close-up of a hand letting go of old items, walking away lighter. So today, we're going to uncover the small, everyday habits, the ones that quietly shaped our journey. Not to blame ourselves, but to reclaim the part we still control. The part that says, yes, I can change. Yes, it's not too late. Yes, I want to live with intention, even now, because intention is ageless. And so is possibility.